Lisa's magical chocolate egg surprise. Every year, there's a fun chocolate egg competition. Only 10 lucky children get to meet the chocolate bunny. A day before the big event, the chocolate bunny hides many white chocolate eggs, but only 10 of them have a special letter inside. In Lisa's town, there are 5 parks where children can search for the eggs. Lisa joins the fun every year with lots of excited kids. This year, Lisa found one of the lucky eggs with the special letter inside. Yay, yay, yay! I found one! I won this year! She was so happy. She had been searching for 2 years to find an egg with a letter inside. That night, she couldn't sleep. She was too excited. Tomorrow, she would meet the chocolate bunny. In the winning letter, the chocolate bunny gave her secret instructions to find the chocolate egg factory. She wasn't allowed to tell anyone. Only her parents could know. The next day, her parents dropped her off at the secret address. But when they got there, they were confused. There was nothing there, just a big green field. The only thing there was a big red postbox with a giant chocolate egg on it. All 10 children stood near the red postbox. Then suddenly the ground started to shake. Steps appear in the grass, going deep, deep underground. The children walked down the stairs one by one until they reached a big door. But it wasn't a normal door, it was made of chocolate. They couldn't believe their eyes. Then the door slowly opened. He was big and soft, white and pink, and very friendly. The chocolate egg factory was huge. It looked like a colorful candy shop. There were chocolate eggs everywhere, and everything was made of chocolate, cookies and sweets. The walls, the roof, even the tables. Ribbons and balloons hung from the ceilings. Bubbles floated around in the air. It was beautiful. "Hello, my name is Chocolate Bunny," he said. "Welcome to the Chocolate Egg Factory. Today I will show you how we make chocolate eggs." There were so many bunnies working inside. Each one had a special job. First, they made the chocolate. It melted in a giant pot, and 10 bunnies stir it round and round. Next, the chocolate was poured into 50 different molds. Big eggs, small eggs, bunny shapes, so many kinds. After that, the bunnies popped the chocolate out of the mold and placed them on a very long table where 20 bunnies were working. Now it was time to paint the eggs. They painted beautiful patterns on the eggs and chocolate bunnies. Once the paint was dry, they packed everything into beautiful baskets. And the final step, the bunnies carried the baskets to big trucks outside. There was a lot of trucks standing in a line, ready to take all the chocolate baskets and goodies to the shop, where kids like Lisa could buy them. The rest of the day, Lisa and the children played games, laughed, and ate yummy treats with the chocolate bunny. Later that afternoon, all the parents came to pick up the children. It was a day Lisa would never ever forget. Tilly the little mouse. Tilly lived in a big farmhouse. She was always scared of cats because she heard cats catch mice. Tilly's house was in a small hole in the wooden floor. It was behind a big bookshelf in the living room. No one could see it. One day, Tilly was looking for food in the house. She saw a small, cute kitten playing on the rug. The kitten was playing with a soft ball. Tilly quickly hid under the sofa. Under the sofa. She looked at the kitten and thought, maybe not all cats want to catch mice. Then the ball rolled under the sofa right next to Tilly. Tilly wanted to run, but the kitten saw her. Tilly was so scared. She couldn't move. "Can you help me get my ball?" "My name is Fluffy," said the kitten with a smile. Tilly was shocked. You don't want to catch me?" she asked. "No, I don't want to catch you. I just want to play," said Fluffy. "The ball keeps going under the sofa, and I can't reach it. But you are small. You can help me." Tilly was still a little bit scared. What if it's a trick? She thought. But then she felt brave. She pushed the ball to Fluffy. Fluffy smiled. "Thank you. Do you want to play with me?" Tilly nodded. She came out from under the sofa. She was happy to have a new friend. From that day, Tilly and Fluffy played every day. They played hide and seek, and they loved playing in the garden. At night, Tilly even slept in Fluffy's warm basket. They were best friends. They did everything together. One morning, Fluffy woke up. Tilly was gone. Fluffy looked in the house. She looked in the garden, but Tilly was not there. Fluffy was very worried. Then she thought maybe Tilly went to the barn. The barn was big and dark. Fluffy ran inside and heard a soft voice. "Help me! Help me!" It was Tilly. She was caught in a mousetrap. "Oh no," cried Fluffy. "I've been looking for you all day." Fluffy was now bigger. She took a stick and pushed the trap open. Tilly pulled out her little foot. "Thank you, Fluffy," she said, and gave her a big hug. Her foot was sore, but after a few days, she was okay again. Tilly never went to the big barn again. There might be more mousetraps. She was very happy to have a friend like Fluffy, a friend who never gave up. And from that day on, they stayed best friends forever. The Adventure of the Little Duckling. Once upon a time, not too far away, there was a farm where a cheerful little duckling lived, among a group of animal friends. This little duckling didn't always have so many friends. When he was just a tiny duck, he lived in a cold, lonely forest with his mom, dad, and siblings. They had to walk far every day to find food, and the forest was full of dangers like snakes, scorpions, and eagles. Every night, they needed to find a new, safe place to sleep. One sunny day, After days without finding water, something shiny caught the little duckling's eye. It was far away, but sparkled under the sun. Excited, he ran as fast as his little legs would allow, eager to find out what it was. As he got closer, he realized it was a ball. A ball? Out here in the forest? But there's no one else around. Just then, there was movement in the bush, and he heard a voice. "Oh, where did my ball go?" "Hello," the little duckling called curiously. Out from behind the bush popped a friendly bunny. "Hello there," the bunny greeted. "Did you see a ball around here?" Is this the ball you're looking for?" asked the duckling, pointing to the shiny object. "Yes, that's it. My friends and I were playing and accidentally kicked it over the fence. Would you like to come and play with us?" The duckling was intrigued. "Other friends? I'd love to meet them, but I should ask my mom and dad first." "Sure, they can join us too," the bunny suggested cheerfully. "And where do you live?" We don't have a home. We wandered around looking for food and water," the duckling replied sadly. The bunny's eyes widened. "That sounds really tough. Why don't you come and live with us on the farm? There's lots of food and water and a cozy house where it's safe to sleep at night." "Really? Mom, Dad!" the duckling shouted excitedly, running to tell his parents about his new friend and the farm. "That sounds wonderful," his parents agreed, thrilled at the thought of a safe and comfortable home. Together with the bunny, the duckling and his family headed to the farm. They couldn't believe their eyes when they saw a sparkling pond and a welcoming community of animals playing happily. There was plenty of food, and the duckling quickly made many new friends. That night, they all slept peacefully in their new, safe home. The little duckling felt so grateful for the yummy food, clean water, and a safe place to sleep. Most of all, he loved having so many friends to play with every single day. And from that day on, the little duckling enjoyed every adventure with his wonderful new friends on the farm. Once upon a time, in a magical forest, far away, there lived a tooth fairy with all her fairy friends. She was responsible for collecting the children's teeth and leaving them with a special gift. Every year, the tooth fairy would write a letter to all the kids in the town nearby, reminding them to take care of their little teeth by brushing them twice daily, once in the morning and once at night before bedtime. The children in the town were always excited to receive the tooth fairy's letter on their pillow. They knew that taking care of their teeth will not only keep them healthy, but they would also receive a gift for every white tooth. The tooth fairy would use the teeth to make beautiful fairy houses, which were every fairy's dream to receive. However, the list was long, and every year the Tooth Fairy could only make 2 houses. Willow, one of the fairies, was 7th on the list and was eagerly waiting for her turn. As winter approaches, all the fairy houses made of grass and sand would get washed away when it rained heavily. They would then have to build new houses all over again. Willow had the idea. What if all the fairies help the Tooth Fairy to collect the children's teeth at night, and also help her build the houses? The fairies were so excited, and the Tooth Fairy was delighted to have their help in collecting the teeth. Every night, all the fairies went to the children's houses to look for white teeth. They left a special gift for every white tooth. They collected as many teeth as they could. This year, they all worked hard together, and all the fairies had beautiful white houses. That winter, all the fairies slept comfortably and warmly while it was raining outside, knowing they had worked together to create something beautiful. The following day, the children woke up to find the Tooth Fairy had visited them and left them a special gift for their white tooth. They were amazed to see how many fairy houses the fairies built with their teeth. They knew they had done something special by caring for their teeth, which helped them stay healthy, but also helped the fairies have a beautiful place to live. Willow was overjoyed to see her fairy house made with the teeth she had collected. It was the most beautiful house she had ever seen, and she felt proud to have been a part of creating it. The Tooth Fairy was grateful for all the fairies' help and knew she could not have done it without them. From that day on, every year, the fairies worked together to collect the teeth and build the houses, making the Tooth Fairy's job a little easier and a lot more fun. Benny the friendly little bear. Benny lived in a big forest. Benny loved to play with his friends. He liked to explore the forest. Every day felt like a fun adventure. One day a big storm came. It rained a lot and made everything wet and muddy. After the storm, Benny was full of mud and all wet. But Benny didn't mind. He thought the mud was fun. The sun came out again. It was a perfect day to go for a swim. Benny went to look for his friends. He saw Rabbit, Squirrel, and Owl. They were talking and laughing together. Benny was so happy to see them and wanted to swim with them. But when his friends saw him, they got a big fright. They shouted, "A monster! A monster!" Then they ran away. Benny felt very confused. He didn't know why they were scared. Was it the mud? Did he look scary? He called out, "Wait, it's me, Benny." His friends stopped. Then they looked again and started to laugh. "Oh, it's just Benny," said Rabbit. "Wow, You look so funny with all that mud." They all went to the river and jumped into the water. They swam, laughed, and had a wonderful day at the river.